Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk some mountain weather, and we got a lot to talk about this weekend with this moisture surge, and we've got two big events happening. We've got the LT100 run up there in Leadville and the Triple Bypass bike race as well taking place, and I do think there's some snow possible on the 14er. So we'll look at all of these because we are in the middle of this surge now. It started today, it'll continue Saturday, Sunday, and then wrap up on Monday as far as Colorado is concerned. Let me take you to a live camera. So this is Mount Princeton Hot Springs. Love the area if you've ever been there. So you've got Mount Princeton in the back and also Mount Antero. I think both could see some snow. I think the Saguache in general could see a little bit of snow Saturday night and Sunday night. And I'll go into that a little bit more in depth here in a second. Let me show you water vapor. And I show you this so you can really pinpoint where the dry air is versus the moisture. And this is this is in the middle of the atmosphere. So it's not down here. It's in the atmosphere. But that's why it's so important. So the oranges and reds represent drier air. The whites, blues, greens represent the moisture that we're tracking. So the high somewhere in here. It's really dirty down over the desert southwest right now and the panhandles. But it's somewhere right in there. And there's some old tropical moisture here that came out of Texas. So it's lingering, and we're kind of drawing in on that. And that was kind of a late comer. There was some thinking that may not be part of all of this surge, but it is part of the surge. I'm here to tell you. So we're drawing some of this moisture in. They had a heck of a day yesterday around Vegas with these afternoon storms with the surge. Well, all of this is being moved north like on an escalator. So the southerly winds, the high moves, southerly winds pick up the moisture and escort it north, which is what we're seeing. That's what will contribute to showers and thunderstorms, making them more likely here in Colorado. In between these surges this time of the year, life is pretty normal. But it's important to track these surges. Let me show you radar. Let me back this out just a touch. So here's Colorado. We've got action over pretty much all mountain zones, north, central, and south. In some cases, very heavy rain down in the southern mountains. I had a friend of mine down in, oh, look at that. There's even you see the red box here? That is a flash flood warning over areas of the Uncompadre Plateau. So I had a friend of mine down this morning climbing Sniffles, and there was some early morning activity, and then it cleared, and then things developed early by like 10 o'clock in the morning down there. That's what you find a lot with monsoon season. You get stuff late into the night and stuff developing before noon. And that red box, and there's also one it looks like up over, where is that? Just outside of Pitkin County. Flash flood warning as well. So these storms have the potential to drop a lot of rain in a short amount of time. We've got action up over the top of, and there's a flash flood watch up over the Grizzly Creek burn scar, so watch out in Glenwood Springs. This is going to be the case the next three afternoons. We're going to see a lot of action like this. I talked about this on my blog this morning, christomer.com. My big bullet points were that the surge is here, that the precipitation trends are up for both the LT100 and the Triple Bypass, meaning I think it's going to come early. We may have action before noon on Saturday, 8:20, which is when both of these events take place, so that's tomorrow. May come 10 or 11. I'll show you those forecasts coming up. Satellite loop, I talked about excessive rain potential and flash flooding, which is today in the yellow shaded area over western and southwest Colorado. Tomorrow it kind of sinks even further south down into New Mexico and Arizona, but that's on there. And then I looked at the forecast for the run tomorrow. 10% chance this comes earlier than noon, 90% by noon or later. So it's going to be an active afternoon over the Leadville Trail 100 course, which runs right in the shadow of Elbert and Massive and then up over Hope Pass and then flips around. But it's going to be active in the afternoon. There's no doubt in my mind. There's the hourly. You can see the 10% on the board by 10, and then the 90%ers take over. And it's going to be overcast, even in the morning when it's dry. And I think temperatures above treeline are going to be, in my opinion, colder than normal. So factor that in. Triple bypass tomorrow, 10% chance the action comes before noon, 90% thereafter. I'm looking at pass level temps on Loveland and Vale Passes of 30s in the morning, and then potentially 50s during the dry slot. But once the storms come in, temps will be in the 30s and 40s. But cloudy the entire time. And this is what I meant by the trend. So there's a slider if you want to take a look at this. A couple of days ago, it looked like most of Lake County and up over the tunnel and Vale Pass would be straddling with an equal part of wet and dry of a scenario. So what you're looking at here are humidity values in the middle of the atmosphere. And so the courses were kind of straddling that. But now the trend is for the wet to win out. Notice the difference. Look at that. Before, after, before, after. So that's what I mean by looking at the trends. It's a powerful way to kind of do a more general forecast. Always look at the trends. As far as snow on the 14ers, it's possible 0 to 3 inches both Saturday night and Sunday night, exclusively above 14,000 feet. So that's also a factor in the forecast. Okay, let's take a look at the GFS before we hang this up for the day. Let me take you into Saturday morning, dry early. A little bit of green showing up 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then showers and thunderstorms well underway in the afternoon. And that's all mountain zones. Sunday, dry early, a little bit of action before noon. Showers, thunderstorms, especially western slope, but all zones, western slope. And on Monday morning, a little bit of precip. Now, everything that happens on Monday is mainly south of I-70, especially in the southern mountains. You may have precip in the morning in the San Grays and over the San Juans, and then shower storms likely, and then drier Tuesday, drier thereafter. There's about 3 days where it dries out after this happens. All right, well, guys, if you're participating, have a great time tomorrow in the run, in the bike. These are two of the premier events here in Colorado. Have fun. Give it everything you got. Always, thank you for tuning in here. Take care.